It's April 1917 in France. Bedraggled souls tangled by wire and sucked down by mud look up to see an epic battle taking place in the heavens. Angels and demons, locked in mortal combat, lifted up on wings of wood, wire and cloth. A great red beast is seen whirling and swooping in the sky. Spitting fire, it is heralded by all sides in equal measures of fear and awe. His name inspires admiration and dread, and it's heard on everyone's lips. A name that holds as much fame and respect now as it did over a century ago. The Red Baron. The Red Baron. The Red Baron. Manfred Freiherr von Richthofen was born on the 2nd of May 1892 into a noble Prussian family. He was the eldest son. At the age of 11, he started his military training in the Cadet Corps, where he became known for his fearlessness. He excelled at sports. He was a skilled horseman and enjoyed all the outdoor pursuits. At the age of 17, he joined the German cavalry unit as an officer and was assigned to No. 3 Squadron. As hostilities broke out in 1914, Richthofen served as a cavalry reconnaissance officer. Due to the nature of combat at the time, the unit was forced to abandon their horses and instead were serving as dispatch runners and telephone operators. Bored and frustrated, he decided his calling was in the air after seeing the German military aircraft. Unable to contain his eagerness and frustration, he applied to the Imperial German Army Air Service. In his application he wrote, "I have not gone to war in order to collect cheese and eggs." He was accepted, and in May 1915 he joined the flying service. Initially he was to be in the observer's seat. That still didn't stop him from getting involved in the fight, engaging with a fireman over the French lines. He met the German air ace Oswald Bohlke, and that meeting inspired him. He eagerly entered training as a pilot in October 1915. Richthofen wasn't the most accomplished trainee by a long way. He struggled and was considered a below-average pilot and even crashed on his first solo flight. After a time, though, his skills grew, and he became an accomplished pilot in the Kampfgeschwader 2, No. 2 Squadron, flying a two-seater Albatros. Richthofen got himself noticed and was recruited by Bohlke to join the newly formed Jagdstaffel, or Jasta 2. Jasta 2 was an incubator for Germany's top flying talent. Its commander, Bohlke, was a supreme aerial tactician and a hero in the eyes of the German public. He was ahead of his time, and his dictates formed the foundation of modern aviation battle tactics. He drilled them into the entire Jasta, and Richthofen's victories began to rack up. Try to secure advantages before attacking. If possible, keep the sun behind you. Always carry through an attack when you've started it. Fire only at close range, and only when your opponent is properly in your sights. Always keep your eye on your opponent, and never let yourself be deceived by ruses. In any form of attack, it is essential to assail your enemy from behind. If your opponent dives on you, do not try to evade his onslaught, but fly to meet it. When over the enemy's lines, never forget your own line of retreat. For the squadron, attack on principle in groups of 4 or 6. When the fight breaks up into a series of single combats, take care that several do not go for the same opponent. Richthofen received the Blue Max in January 1917 after his 16th confirmed victory. That same month he was given command of his own squadron, the Jasta 11. It was at this time that he was inspired to take the daring move to paint his aircraft bright red. In his own words, "For whatever reasons, one fine day I came upon the idea of having my crate painted glaring red. The result was that absolutely everyone could not help but notice my red bird. My opponents also seemed to be not entirely unaware." The Red Barons and his squadron's success came in April 1917, where he had 22 confirmed victories, including 4 in a single day. In June, he was given command of JG-1, which included several squadrons, including Jasta 11. JG-1 became famously known as the Flying Circus due to its bright painted planes and the supporting tents and caravans that formed the mobile camp. On July 6, 1917, Richthofen was hit, causing partial blindness. His aircraft fell into a spin, and he just managed to regain control and land in friendly territory. After several operations, and against doctor's orders, he went back to active service within 3 weeks. The injury caused him repeated issues, including headaches and nausea, and changed his mood and temperament, which became darker. He was forced to take convalescence due to these problems in the late summer, during which time he wrote, I am in wretched spirits after every aerial combat. I believe that the war is not as the people at home imagine it, with a hurrah and a roar. It's very serious, very grim. Despite his health issues, he continued to rack up multiple victories. On April the 20th, 1918, Richthofen, in his red Fokker triplane, spotted and attacked 2 Sopwith camels. Richthofen loved to duel with the English. He said, "The French attacking spirit is like bottled lemonade. It lacks tenacity. The Englishmen, on the other hand, one notices that they are of Germanic blood. Sportsmen easily take to flying, and Englishmen see in flying nothing but a sport." Dispatching both British planes within a short time, he racked up his 79th and 80th victories. He had one more day of flying before he was due to go on leave. His mother had been imploring the Kaiser to remove Germany's top air ace from active service. Richthofen took off on the morning of April the 21st, 1918. It was the flight that would bring his career and life to an end. He spotted a Sopwith camel and gave chase. This time, it seems, he may not have realized he was behind enemy lines while chasing the Sopwith at very low altitude. At the time, due to wind conditions and the moving of the front lines, he uncharacteristically continued the chase too far. Whether the shot came from a plane or from the ground is open to debate. In the last moments of his life, he managed to make a rough landing in a field north of the village of Vaux-sur-Somme. Several Australian servicemen rushed up to the downed triplane to hear the Red Baron's last words, "Kaput." The Red Baron was treated with great respect and was interred with full military honours by the personnel of No. 3 Squadron, Australian Flying Corps. Allied squadrons stationed nearby came to pay their respects. Memorial wreaths were laid, one of which was inscribed with the words, "To our gallant and worthy foe."